So in this video I want to look at one-step equations, part 1. In previous videos we've looked at algebra and how it works and what the equal sign is and how you have to do the same thing to the left-hand side, you have to do it to the right-hand side. We're going to get stuck into some proper algebra here and we're going to start doing some maths, real maths. Okay, let's take a look at an example of a one-step equation that you'll be able to solve. Okay, so x plus 4 equals 9. Now, if you stop and think about this for a moment, you probably already know what x is. Something plus 4 equals 9. Now, that's great. It's great that you can jump straight to the answer. But it's important that we use our mathematical tools to solve this as well. It's not a race to the answer. We want to look at the process. Because later on, we're going to do some really much more difficult questions. Ones that you can't just do in your head. Okay. Now, remember the golden rule of algebra. What I do on the left-hand side, I do on the right-hand side. And my goal here is to get x all by itself. That's important. Get x by itself. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, x isn't by itself right now. On the left-hand side, we have x plus 4. Okay, so x isn't by itself. 4 is sitting there with it. We need to get rid of that 4 somehow. Now remember, you can do anything you want as long as you do it to both sides. So what can I do to both sides to make that 4 disappear? We can do this. X plus 4. Now I've left a space here on purpose. How can I get rid of 4? Let's say someone gave you 4 of something, 4 apples. How could you get rid of them? Well, you'd have to give them back. So x plus 4, I'm going to use a different colour pen here, minus 4. Now, if I do that on the left-hand side, if I subtract 4 from this side, remember, what you do on that side, left-hand side, you have to do on the right-hand side. Okay, so now we've got x plus 4 minus 4 equals 9 minus 4. We can use this bit here, plus 4, minus 4. Plus 4 minus 4, or 4 minus 4, is equal to 0. Which means that it's gone. 4 minus 4 is 0. They sort of cancel each other out. 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. And there's our answer, the one that you already thought of at the start of this. X plus 4 equals 9. What's x? X is 5. So it's really just a case of figuring out what you need to do to both sides to get rid of the thing that's in your way. Alright, let's take a look at another one. Alright, so here's a second example here. X minus 3 equals 7. Alright. So x isn't by itself, and remember our goal here is to get x by itself. Now most of you, if you stop and think about this, already know what x is. Something minus 3 equals 7. But we're going to use our new algebra methods to solve it instead. Now the question is, what do I have to do to the left-hand side to get x by itself? Because there's this annoying minus 3 sitting there. Now, what's the opposite of minus 3? How can I get rid of minus 3? X minus 3 equals 7. Now, the opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. Let's use a different colour pen. Now, that means that x minus 3 plus 3, they're going to cancel each other out, which is going to leave x here, and 7 plus 3 equals 10. So you can see here that this question and this question are very similar ideas. Who's hanging around with x, and how can we get rid of it? Well, there was a plus 4 here, so we got rid of it with a minus 4. There was a minus 3 here, so we got rid of it with a plus 3. Okay, so there's a first step looking into our one-step equations. We'll take a look at some other ones in some future videos. But remember our golden rule, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you do to the right-hand side, and our goal is to get x by itself.